All right, my beautiful people, thanks so much for tuning in. This is ERGJ, your certified financial educator. With Wealth Begins in the Mind. We're actually going through the book, How Rich People Think by Steve Seibold. Steve, better get my check. Now, here's the deal, guys. Wealth truly does begin in the mind. And if you are poor right now, if you know that you have some greater things that are in you as far as bringing out your wealth to contribute to the world so they can bring you their wealth, then I think this is a great book for you to read because it'll talk about changing the way that you think so that you can change the results that you get in life. And so I truly believe that wealth begins, you must have wealth consciousness. You know, wealth begins in the mind, that you must be wealthy in your mind long before you're wealthy in your wallet. So we're actually going through the book, How Rich People Think by Steve Seibold. This is actually chapter 56. There's 100 chapters in this book. And what I love about this book is that not only do you get a chapter to read through, but it also gives you a quote of the day, a critical thinking question of the day, and an action step of the day. So gives you some takeaways from what you read so that you can kind of ponder on it, think about it, and do something with it. And so day number 56, How Rich People Think by Steve Seibold. If you want to get the book, you can actually go through my website. I have a place called Recommended Reads. I'll be doing this quite frequently, just going through a lot of different things that I think that are prudent for people who want to change their financial situation for them to read. And so that'll be under the recommended reads on www.ergj.net. But hey, all that stuff will be, all the information will be in the comments below of the video. Let's get started. All right, so the middle class associates with anyone. The world class carefully monitors their associations. Again, the middle class associates with anyone. The world class, or the rich, carefully monitors their associations. Now, people with high-level formal education like to associate with the academic elite. Physically fit people enjoy spending time with others who are fit. Religious people like to have fellowship with people of faith. And rich people like to associate with others who are rich. Like attracts like. Yet the wealthy are often criticized for having a closed inner circle that is almost impossible to break into unless you're rich. Successful people generally agree that consciousness is contagious. That's right, folks. Consciousness is contagious. That's the first thing you probably want to add to your notes or write in the comments below. Consciousness is contagious. And that exposure to people who are more successful has the potential to expand your thinking and catapult your income. So the whole point of us reading, the whole point of us tapping into this rich resource that can help us expand our mind is to expand our thinking and to catapult our income. So you want to write that in your comments or in your notes as well. You want to expand your thinking and you want to catapult your income. That's the reason why you want to read. That's the reason why you want to associate yourself with people who are more successful than you. They can help you think differently, and you can expand your mind, and you'll be able to catapult your income. Now, we become like the people we associate with, and that's why winners are attracted to winners. In other segments of society, this is accepted, but the rich have always been lambasted for their predisposition to engage the company of people with similar financial success. Millionaires think differently than the middle class about money. And there's much to be gained by being in their presence. Let me say that again. Millionaires think differently than the middle class about money. And there's much to be gained by being in their presence. Expanding on this concept is the idea that millionaires are people who don't know how to become billionaires. After all, why would someone settle for millions if they possess the awareness to earn billions? That's why millionaires are always attempting to gain entry into that exclusive group of people who are among the wealthiest in the world. The average person wants to meet a millionaire to tell their friends, but millionaires want to associate with billionaires to learn how they think. So you got to ask yourself, when you come across wealthy people or successful people, people that you might admire, are you there just to get an autograph? Or do you try to find a way to connect with them in a way that you can actually have a conversation with them and learn how they think? Now, another great way to learn how people think, if you don't have direct access to them, is a book. They'll typically put their thoughts in a book. They'll typically share their thoughts in a seminar or a workshop or a YouTube video or somewhere where you can actually hear them speaking unadulterated about their life and how they feel and how they have become successful. Those are great things that you can use indirectly to connect or to continue to expand your circle to include millionaires or include successful people or people that are more successful than you. Now, one group is watching the game while the other is playing the game. The only question that matters is, which one are you? Are you a person that's playing the game? Or are you a person who's watching the game? And most people, 95% of people are watching the game. It's only that 5% that are playing the game. And it's that other 1% who actually create the game. So here's our quote of the day. Quote today is: a man only learns in two ways. One, by reading, and the other by association with smarter people. That's by Will Rogers. A man only learns in two ways. One by reading, and the other by association with smarter people. And here's our critical thinking question of the day, folks. Here's something you want to think about as you move along with your day. How many rich people are in your inner circle of associates and advisors? How many rich people are in your inner circle of associates and advisors? Something to think about. And I know when I started my journey, I didn't have a lot of rich people in my circle of influence. But one thing I did was I started to follow a guy named Warren Buffett. Happened to be the third richest man in the world. I started to read all his books, listen to all his talks, and it had an impact on me. I got quite a few of his quotes that are in me that I follow to this day. And it's really helped because, again, wealthy people think differently than poor people when it comes to money. They just do. They have a different philosophy, a different ideology, a different relationship with money. And so I wanted to develop the relationship that they had with money and make it my own so that I can have a good relationship with money. And I can look at money as a tool along with understanding that it is necessary to have. And because it's necessary to have, I wanted more of it so that I could do more good with it in the world. All right, so here's your action step. Here's what you want to take away from today. You want to set a goal to double the amount of time you spend associating with people who are richer than you. You want to set a goal to double the amount of time you spend associating with people who are richer than you. And so again, if you are an individual who you spend, 15 minutes a day associating with people who are richer than you, you want to set a goal to double it. Make it 30 minutes a day. If you're a person that spends 30 minutes a day associating with people who are richer than you or more successful than you, then you want to double that. Set your goal to start spending an hour a day with people who are, more successful than you or richer than you. You want to change your circle so that but just by association, you'll start to grow. Many of us, one thing I ask a lot of times is when you go into a room, are you the smartest person in the room? And if every room that you go to, you're the smartest person in the room, it's time to find a new room because you're at the ceiling of that room and there's nowhere for you to go but down. They're going to pull you down with them. But when you go into a room where you're at the floor and there's plenty of people that's at that top or on that ladder up to the top, then there's nowhere for you to go but up. And so you want to have minds around you, philosophies around you, logic around you, reasoning around you, advisors around you, mentors around you that can actually pull you up because there's no place for you to go but up because you're associating with people who are more successful, who are wealthier than you, or whatever arena it is that you're looking to grow, they have advanced in that area and they can pull you up right along with them, share with you advice, tips, and strategies that will help them to get to where they are along the way. Well, here, guys, that's it for chapter 56 on How Rich People Think by Steve Seibold. Steve, I'm coming from my check. Middle class associates with anyone. The world class carefully monitors their associations. And I'm ERGJ, your certified financial educator. This Saturday, August 6th, we'll be teaching a class on how to invest in black banks. And then the following Saturday, we're going to start our 12-week program for the kids, grades 4 through 8. It's a financial education program. So if you've been looking for a place where your children can learn about money, then get them signed up. Those links will be in the comments below. And of course, you can always buy this book through me as well at www.ergj.net. But here's the deal, guys. Wealth, it truly does begin in the mind, and you must be wealthy in your mind long before you're wealthy in your wallet.